Most men are afraid of conflict in marriage. They think that the hard conversations are the danger. The pushback is the danger. The tension is the danger. Sometimes it is, but here is what most men miss. The real danger often comes later, when she stops fighting for connection altogether. And here's what it looks like: less pushback, less emotional pursuit, less effort to get your attention, less trying to pull you back into the relationship. And if you're not careful, you will interpret that as relief. Here's the first reframe that changes everything. Conflict can mean hope is still alive. When something still pushes, still reaches, still argues for closeness, it means they still believe that a connection is possible. That doesn't make the conflict pleasant, but it does make it meaningful. Resignation is quieter. It's harder to notice. It's harder to measure. She stops chasing. She stops pushing. She stops asking. She stops trying to get you to show up in the same way, not because she feels fully met, because she is tired of trying alone. Resignation says, I don't want to fight anymore. I don't think this will change. I'll carry it myself. I'll stop expecting so much. I'll stop spending emotional energy where I no longer trust movement. And that is far more dangerous place than most men realize. Men misread this because less friction feels like progress. The house is calmer, the arguments are fewer, things feel more manageable. But what got easier was not the relationship. What got easier was her letting go of expecting more from you. That's the hidden loss. She starts living without you emotionally. Still married, still functioning, still handling life, but less partnering, less emotionally intertwined, less open, less trusting that you're actually available. Partnerships usually don't die in one moment. It thins quietly through resignation, through repeated missed moments, through one person learning how to carry more than they should because the other person is no longer fully reachable. A lot of men notice this too late. They say things like, she seems fine, she's strong, she doesn't ask much of me anymore, she handles things, but what they're often looking at is not peace, it's adaptation. If she stops reaching, don't get comfortable. Get curious, not suspicious, not defensive, curious, because the absence of pursuit may not mean the absence of pain. It may mean that the pain just got quieter. Do not wait for a big blow up to take this seriously. The blow up is not always the first warning. Sometimes the warning was the quiet one, and by the time the explosion comes, the resignation may have been building for a long, long time. Now, there's a question you can ask when the timing is right. Where did you stop expecting me? Now, that's a hard question, but it reveals the places where trust quietly got thinner. And if she answers honestly, you're going to learn where the relationship has been starving. Your posture here matters. No defense, no correction, no explaining your workload, no trying to win, just humility, because a woman who has grown resigned doesn't need your brilliance, she needs your honesty. What starts changing this is the repeated emotional follow through. Not one deep talk, not one strong weekend, not an emotional breakthrough, but repeated proof that you can now be counted on relationally, not just financially or operationally. Now, that follow through looks like this: you ask, you stay, you remember, you return. You don't disappear emotionally the next time that work gets loud. This is how resignation starts softening. You're going to know that hope has returned when she starts testing safety again. A small share, a harder truth, a moment of softness, a complaint that used to stay buried. Do not resent those moments. Those are not setbacks. That's trust checking in whether it's safe to come back to life. Now, this takes time because the distance was trained over time. The resignation was trained over time. The silence was trained over time. So the repair has to be lived long enough to become believable. Now, that's not punishment. That is reality. Now, here's a standard. Do not make her chase you for your presence anymore. Do not make her pull up into the relationship again and again while work keeps taking the first claim. Go first now. Protect the memories, protect the moments, stay in the conversation. Follow through emotionally. Now, run a 7-day resignation reversal plan. Day 1, notice what got quiet. Day 2, ask an honest question. Day 3, listen without defense. Day 4, initiate one meaningful moment of connection. Day 5, follow through emotionally. Day 6, stay available when it would have been easier to drift. And day 7, repeat what softened the distance. This is the father first truth. Less fighting is not always better. Sometimes it means less hope. And when a man learns to see that clearly, he stops celebrating the quiet too soon and starts rebuilding what actually matters. If this hits something real for you, go get the book. It's called Before They Stop Asking, and it goes much deeper into these quiet relationship shifts before they harden into silence. Start at beforetheystopasking.com/book. The link will be in the description below. And the next video, we're going to go into legacy. Not what you meant to build, but what your son and your daughter will actually remember that you built. I'll see you in the next video.